Hello everyone, I hope you are doing very well. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can convert your memos into documents and then analyze them. Also, I will show you how you can manage your memos in Memo Manager in ATLAS.ti. So let me open the project. Well, this is our project. We have 10 documents, 16 codes, 2 memos, 6 document groups, and 3 code groups in this project. These are the 2 memos that we created in the previous video, and we connected these 2 memos to quotations within the project. Now my point here is that you should know we cannot analyze the content of memos. So if I double click on this memo, this is the content. I have one picture and also one statement here. But the problem here is that when I select the statement here, I cannot create a quotation. I cannot, when I right click on that, you can see that I only have these options: cut, copy, and paste. So basically all those approaches to creating quotations and coding are not applicable to the memos. But it is not an important issue because you can simply convert your memo into a document and then analyze it. To do so, right click on the memo and then select convert to document. Now you can see that I have a new document here. Previously I had 10 documents. Now the number of the documents in this project is 11. And the new document is open here in the main workplace of the ATLAS.ti. Alright, if I click here, you can see that the document number is D15. It is because previously I added a few documents in this project and then I deleted them. That's why you can see this value D15 rather than D11. But basically it is a very minor problem. I can simply go to home, to the home tab, and then document manager, and then tools. And here there is one option which is renumber documents. I just select that and then key in 1 here and then click on renumber. And now you can see that the number of this new document now is D11. Alright, now that we have this document here which is open now, I can simply create quotations and code them by just dragging and dropping my mouse and selecting the important data segments. Then right clicking on the data segment and then selecting any of these coding approaches. I just select list coding and assign these 2 codes to this quotation. I can also code this picture by selecting this picture, right clicking on that, and then maybe I use this approach, quick coding. And I know that when I use quick coding, these 2 codes are applied to this quotation. So this time I select quick coding. And now you can see that these 2 quotations have been coded with these 2 codes. So this is how you can create quotations within memos. You have to convert them into documents first, and then you can simply start creating quotations and code them within these new documents. Alright, now let's focus on memo management. To open Memo Manager, just click on the memos in the Managers section. And now you can see that Memo Manager has four panels. One of them is memo groups, the other one is memo, the next one is comment, and here also you have a panel, and in this panel you can see the list of the memos, and in front of each memo also note that the groundedness and the density values are displayed. Alright. In order to add a comment to any of these memos, just right click on the memo and then select edit comment. So let me add a comment. This is a memo, and then I save it. And now you can see this a small yellow flag here which indicates the fact that this memo has a comment, and the comment is displayed in the comments panel. Also note that a preview of the memo is displayed here in this panel. Alright, another possibility is that you can simply right click on any of the memos and rename them. So let me just rename this, and then clicking on rename. Alright, so this is a new name for this memo. The third point is deleting a memo. So to delete a memo, just right click on the memo and then select delete. But right now I don't want to delete the memo from the project because I would like to group these memos later. So I don't delete the memo, but if you would like to delete it, just right click on the memo and then select delete. Alright, there is another possibility here which is very important, and that possibility is memo duplication. So to duplicate a memo, you need to right click on a memo and then select duplicate. But let me give you an example why this is very important and also very useful. Just imagine that in this project we have 100 quotations rather than one quotation linked with memo 1. So the grounded test value, just imagine that this grounded test value is 100. So it means that we have 100 quotations in this project, and these quotations are linked with this memo. And this is the content of this memo. Now we would like to add a new memo to these 100 quotations here. So the traditional way of doing this is just look for create a memo first, create your memo, then look for the quotations in your project, and then assign this new memo to all of those 100 quotations. But there is a quick way of doing this. How it can be done? It's very simple. First, right click on the memo that is connected to those 100 quotations and then select duplicate. Now you will have a new memo that is connected to the same 100 quotations. Then right click on the duplicated memo and this time select edit. Now you can edit the duplicated memo. So let me just delete all of these, inserting a new timestamp, maybe inserting new pictures, and also resizing the picture. Now this is the new memo. Alright, I just actually this is the edited memo that can be seen as a new memo. So I just close it and save it. Now I have those 100 quotations connected with the new memo, and the last step here is to rename this duplicated memo. So the memo 3, new memo. So using the duplication feature, I managed to connect 100 quotations to a new memo. So if I wanted to do this in a traditional way, it could really take some time, but now I managed to do it very quickly using this feature of the software. All right. There are some other options. First, let's focus on grouping the memos. If I want to group the memos, I can simply select the memos and then drag and drop them to the memo groups panel and then provide a new name. So group A. I also select memo 2 and memo 3 to create group B. Now I have two groups. Each group has 2 members. If I click on any of the groups, the members are displayed on the right hand side. Also note that the name of the groups are displayed in groups column. So this memo is a member of group A and group B, and when I select it, both group A and group B are also highlighted in memo groups panel. Another feature here is that you can simply right click on any of the memos and then display the memo in a network by clicking on open network. Again, remember, we will talk about networks in the next video, but because this is one possibility here, I just click on that so that you can see how these relationships between the networks that we defined in the previous video are displayed in a kind of a network here. So you can see that memo 2 and memo 3 are connected to each other. Also note that memo 3 has been linked with quotation to 1. I don't save this. Alright, and the last point here is that you can simply right click on the memo groups, add a comment to them, or rename them, or delete them from the project. Also, if you want to add or remove members from each group, you can simply click on Open Group Manager. And here you have the list of the group memo groups here. When I click on any of the groups, I can see the members here. And then using these buttons, I can add or remove members from these groups. Let's remove memo 3 from group A, and then add memo 1 to group B. So I just select memo B, then select memo 1, and then select this button. Now I have changed the grouping of the memos in this project. Alright, that's all. In the next video, we will talk about creating networks. Thank you very much.